All right, what's up, guys? Welcome to episode 3 of the Mildly Appropriate podcast. Today we have our first official guest. We have AG Silver, also known as Dylan, also known as Sly Casper, also known as Bullet Dill, and Young
boy.
AG.
We going to old aliases and shit.
So a lot of names there.
Right.
Dylan just dropped his first album, we call it.
Yeah, like mixtape, EP, collab tape type shit.
Okay, so it's 5 songs. We'll go over that and all the names of the songs, the tracks.
Sure.
But so first thing I want to ask about those names. Why so many names? How do you switch between different ones, and what do you go by now?
Oh, all right. So I guess when I first started making music, I was just trying to come up with some cool shit. Like, first name I ever came up with was Snob Squad. I'm still using that shit to this day. So
Never forget.
Yeah, I came up with that shit a while back. That's just why I call my little crew and shit, just because I came up kind of like a rich kid. It was just made sense in the name. But my actual artist name took me a little longer to come up with. But eventually I just decided, like, fuck, I might as well just use AG Silver, because AG is silver on the periodic table.
Right.
It just made sense.
Yeah.
And Silver really my last name, so
Yeah.
I just decided to stick with that.
How many people are in the Snob Squad?
Oh, shit. Probably like 5, 6, or 7. I don't know. We're not really, like, official with that shit. I would consider my close friends part of that shit, too. But
All right.
actual artists who make music, probably like 5 of us.
Right. So it's not like a strict group. You're kind of
No. It's not like you signed to Snob Squad. Like,
Right.
we just, that's just the homies, you mean.
Cool. So do you want to go a little more in depth of like how you got into music?
Yeah, sure. I guess back before I started doing music, I was playing mad video games, doing like mad shit with League of Legends and stuff. So
We'll get into that.
yeah, so once that shit was kind of like over for me, I was just like, oh my god, what the fuck do I do with myself? So I realized, like, playing games all those years, the only real other thing I was doing heavy was listening to music all the time. You know, when you play a game, you always listen to music and shit. So just the artists I used to listen to, kind of, I was just inspired. Like, fuck, if motherfuckers are saying X, Y, and Z in their song, I bet I could write lyrics. So I just start writing lyrics off beats that are popular or whatever, or songs that I already like, just writing my own shit, and then slowly but surely just build my craft. I started liking making music more and more.
That's what I was actually going to ask you. Like, what are the specific artists that you've gotten influence from?
Definitely Blade and Echo 2K heavy from Dragon Gang from Sweden and shit.
Yeah, I remember that. It was like a couple years ago you got into them, right?
Yeah, I used to just listen to them straight, like, on a repeat every day.
You got like at least 20 people into that kind of music. Like, that wasn't big probably in our area at all. Like, no one's ever even heard of them.
Yeah, I'll put people on this shit, but I listen to a lot of music. Like, I was on the way over here listening to, like, Michael Jackson and Stevie Wonder type shit. So I love music. So it's not like, I mean, those are my influences. That's probably who I sound like the most. You know, you gonna sound like who you influenced by, but
Right.
it's like I listen to everything. I listen to a lot of different shit.
Right.
Just no metal or shit like that. Country. I don't fuck with that shit. No.
I think it's funny that I think most people don't really know too many other people who are like legitimately making music and, you know, like, are seriously pursuing something.
Right.
And it's crazy that we know other people that are doing it besides yourself.
Right.
Good friends of ours, Bandles. I know that
Shout
you
out
guys.
Bandles.
Yeah. Shout them out. Troy's wearing their fresh merch. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean that.
No,
apparel.
not merch. Apparel. We don't do merch on
Apparel,
this show.
So yeah, and also you've also listened to music and you have talked to them before. What's up with how's that going?
With Bandles?
Yeah, have you talked to Vandals at all?
I know of them because, you know, we all went to the same high school and
Right,
shit.
right.
Shout out Vishal and DeAndre.
I know my man Amade, who actually live in this neighborhood, used to fuck with them and shit. But
They got like 30K followers and they're verified now.
Right,
for sure. No, I definitely heard of him and shit. I never really talked to him or met him or nothing. But
No?
shout out them. You mean?
Yeah, definitely. We're gonna link them and stuff and maybe hook you guys up.
Yeah.
Get to know
Yeah,
them.
for sure.
Maybe a collab.
There you go.
Yeah, maybe for sure. I definitely could get into doing a little techno songs and shit.
That'd be cool. Especially like you want to do video game stuff too. Some
Yeah,
kinda
sure.
video game covers.
Sure.
How long exactly has it been
Since
that
I've
you started music? Like, do you have like a date where you're like, hey, I'm getting in the studio, this shit's going down?
the first song I actually made, I probably didn't make until like December or maybe even like January, like 2018 probably, or maybe like 20. I don't really remember exactly. Could have been 2019.
You had been in Philly already when you started making music, right?
Yeah, like I was planning on making music, but I didn't actually have songs. Like when I first wrote "Where Were You," it was maybe like January of 2018, something like that. I think.
Where Were You is available now on Spotify as well.
Yeah.
Right.
So another thing, I just want to give a quick explanation of how we know you.
All right.
Obviously, for me,
sure.
it goes pretty far back. So
Yeah.
we started knowing each other in camp. We went to day camp together.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we were. He was 1 year below me, so the bunk below me. But we kind of just knew of each other.
Definitely.
And then we started playing tennis at this little club. So weird
Yeah.
to see like us playing tennis like now
Yeah,
where we're
really.
at.
Real shit.
So then we just came close, and it was cool because I didn't know anything about Dylan or any of his background, and we still kind of like just meshed, and both were into like video game stuff, and
Yeah, definitely.
just got really close. Sam, I know that hasn't been as long, right?
Oh no, definitely not. I think I had heard of you for a long time prior to even like actually meeting you, because like just your last name of Silver, I was like, people had just told me like, yeah, really, really wealthy kid in our district. You know,
Yeah,
his name's last name Silver, and
Right.
like that had just been, I guess, just an image. I didn't put it to more of anything else. I was just like, maybe just some wealthy kid, which like not super uncommon from our area, but until it was probably my junior year, your sophomore year of high school, when we started playing league together and you were starting up the team.
No, I think it was my freshman year when we really started chilling.
Really?
Yeah, your sophomore.
Yeah.
Yeah, your sophomore.
Oh,
year.
my
Yeah.
sophomore
Yeah,
year.
your
your
sophomore
yeah,
year,
freshman
my
exactly.
freshman year. Yeah, because I mean we was playing league freshman year, but you start hanging out with like Cerami,
Oh,
Degs,
right,
and
and
Christian.
Quan. Right,
Yeah,
right,
all
right.
that. That's when we started smoking weed heavy and shit.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, so I remember all that for sure.
Yeah, I was.
I remember when I hit that Keef cap in the car one time and I didn't say a word after
Oh
that.
my! And you just died.
Yeah,
There
because
was
my
no
throat,
more Dylan. Yeah,
my
he was
throat
like,
was
my throat.
closed.
He just
I
kept saying
couldn't.
he was like my throat.
There's mucus in my throat, but we were in a car and I was in the
There
middle
was
seat in the
nothing.
back. Wasn't gonna like just.
claustrophobic and shit.
I should have just said some shit like I'm trying to spit, like I need to spit, but I was like a bashful
You were
kid back
too high,
then, and I was
that's all.
fried. Yeah,
you ever
for sure.
just you're too high and you're like, why would I do that? That doesn't make sense. But it's
Yeah,
just 'cause you're fucking high.
for sure. I remember all that shit for sure.
Yeah, way back. And now that's been what? I guess 6 years. Yeah.
Oh my
7 years.
god, when you said that, I'm
It's
like,
crazy,
no.
right? It doesn't.
Yeah,
feel
that
like
shit
it. And you
crazy.
look back and you're like, wow, that adds up.
Yeah, I was thinking like, oh shit, it has for
Yeah.
sure.
Pretty wild.
So going off what Sam said about how he knew you just from like the image of like the last name and like just knowing you from other people,
Right.
how do you think like having an extremely successful parent kind of influenced your high school life
Right.
and just like your life in general up to this point?
Definitely in a lot of ways. I feel like people just look at you like, oh, like this fucking rich kid. Like that's what they just like assume. Like they wouldn't know that like I was really, like my pops always made sure I was working and shit, and that he wasn't even spoiling me. I mean, maybe they spoiled me to an extent for sure, but I think people just it gave people a perception of who I was. Just people gave something to judge me off, and they would just be like, oh, this fucking rich kid type time. But wait, what was the second part of the question?
Just like how's it affected you to this point, and like maybe
To this
how
point.
you got into certain things like league, into fashion, because you kind of had the opportunity to get into
Right.
a lot of things.
I
Just-
think when I went, cause I went to Temple only first semester. I think when I first went to the hood and shit and to other areas, it really made me appreciate what I had. Like fuck, like I'm really fortunate and shit. You know what I mean? So that shit was like humbling and shit. But
I'm sure,
I mean, I'm definitely blessed. I'm not complaining about having bread or nothing like that.
I'm sure that's also like changed your Philly look too, like your image. It's probably created how you're perceived in Philly, which and it could be a good thing and a bad thing, I guess.
I think in a way, you gotta watch your back. You gotta make sure you're safe, because people that don't got shit, they'll kill you over $750, $500 type shit, and they ain't got shit going for their lives. So that shit, it don't matter. That they don't have value to their lives, so they just gonna do whatever, draw on shit to
I feel like
get ahead.
You've had like a pretty almost polar opposite experience coming from like where you grew up to like living down in the city.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
How can you compare like how meeting new people? I shouldn't even say, because some people you would meet have no idea of your background at all. But do you think?
Yeah, most people when I first meet them, definitely. I don't. Oh, I'm rich. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right.
You
That's
don't
not
want. That's
normally-
not something you want, especially in the
Exactly.
hood. You don't want to advertise that shit.
Do you think when people find that out, it changes the way they look at you, or do you think like only your real friends are the ones who are like, yeah, I don't give a shit. Dylan's still the same guy.
I think honestly, when it comes to people who are less fortunate, when they find that out about me, it actually makes them respect me more, because they like, damn, like this kid really is like humble as shit. Like he don't treat us differently just because he has money.
Right.
I think people around here are treated differently, But I mean, I think growing up as a kid, people used to use me and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people definitely used to try to become friends with me just based on the fact that whatever, my parents had box seats to the Phillies games, all shit like this. So it's like
We've mentioned that before, me and Sam.
Yeah,
definitely.
It's almost like the opposite of what you would expect of like, you know, you go meet some guys who like have it really shitty and they respect you for like coming down to their level kind of thing.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
for sometimes
sure.
that can cause jealousy, but like
Definitely, people be blinded by jealousy and hatred sometimes too, for sure.
It seems like the people who are more jealous are the people who are in like a more moderate situation, like with all these kids you grew up with in high school who like they don't have shit going on for them, but at the same time
Sure.
they're not worrying about where their next meal's coming from.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think it's a little bit of both. I think some people who are less fortunate kind of look at me and they like, why the fuck everyone like this kid? And like they just be upset that people fuck with me. So I think it's like two sides to it, really. Like I see what you're saying though. It's like people who actually have it decent be the ones who's jealous and shit.
Right.
It's kind of weird, but I mean, fuck. I try not to pay no attention to that shit.
Yeah, I've definitely always valued our friendship in that sense because
Sure.
I've always thought, oh, like I don't know Dylan as some rich kid. I never became friends with him because he's that rich kid. I give a
Right.
shit. Like I
Sure.
met you at freaking tennis court and like at a camp for like a bunch of random kids.
Yeah.
So it was just kind of cool that we've always met that way, and I could always like say that.
No, definitely in high school, I was friends with mostly like gamer kids. I would say like, I mean, I just would stick to the people that made me happy and shit. That's what was making me happy at the time.
Right.
It's definitely a big issue with high school nowadays. Like a lot of times you try to appeal to the image of these popular kids, and I've definitely been at fault. Like everyone has, yeah.
Yeah, no. I'm saying like you try and fit that image that everyone wants. It's
Exactly.
Like you're trying to fit in with everyone.
Yeah.
It's
I
like,
got an interesting story actually. I think North, like over the high school we went to, Counselor North, they have like just an extreme issue of people just being assholes, dickheads. People just trying to be cocky,
right.
act arrogant, egotistic.
Right.
Because that's, you know, I can't blame a lot of motherfuckers. It's a product of the environment, just like anything. It's just you a product of your environment.
Yeah, for sure.
I was at the Shell gas station by where I live and shit. I used to actually work there and shit. And there's like this short kind of like chubby kid with glasses that be working there. He looked mad younger than he really is. He was like a senior in high school and shit. He like came outside and it was like raining when I got gas. This was either yesterday or the day before. He was just trying to make conversation. He was like, "Wonderful weather we're having." And I was like, sorry, bro, cause I know how that shit is. Like, I used to hate when people used to pull up, like, it's raining out cold and, like, getting gas. I'm like, my bad, bro. I'm like, I used to actually work here and shit. So I know, like, what you feel like. But he wasn't even on that type of time. He was just trying to make conversation.
Yeah.
And I was like, you go to Council Rock North? He was like, yeah. I was like, damn, bro, I feel bad for you. Like, that place is the fucking worst. He's like, yeah, bro, it's a lot of douchebags there and shit. He's like, one of them people actually works here and shit. He was just telling me, like, just how people act. Like, people just be, like, trying to be loud, trying to just insult you, just do anything to put you down. It's like,
They think it's cool. They think it's
yeah, they think being an asshole cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They think
so it's
putting
just like,
others down puts them above them.
Yeah, it makes them
Yeah.
seem big and like powerful as a
Right.
human in high school. But like,
Sure.
it's funny how when you get out of high school, you realize so fast. You're like, dude, your close friends are like so important to you because if you don't have
Yeah.
that group, like, think about how shitty it would be if I didn't have like Sam or you or like
sure,
my
for
brother's
sure.
friends and all those people.
definitely.
I'd be like depressed if I had no friends. It
For
sucks.
sure.
So like, I feel like a lot of those guys, they have a bunch of fake people, and then they get out of high school and they realize, shit, like I got nobody that I can actually go to for like real advice or like just to talk to.
Yeah, absolutely. It's crazy because when I was in high school, you know, people wouldn't be looking at my social media or whatever the fuck. Like, nobody would check my stories on Snapchat or
Yeah.
Instagram. Nowadays,
Now.
every single one of them motherfuckers in my shit. I see them every day, you know what I mean? Dick-eating ass motherfuckers. And, I mean, I feel bad for some of them, honestly. You know what I mean? It's not all their fault, but karma gonna get you. You mean if you
I
an
take
asshole?
that route. I agree with that. There's a lot of times where like my first instinct, I'm a very like short fused guy. You know, someone pisses me off, I'm like fuck you, like right away.
Right.
There's a lot of the time where like
Josh.
you think about it and you feel bad for like the way that they're acting because there had to have been something in their life where they're like really salty about it. They're really upset and it's bothering them and they feel that they have to take it out on others.
Absolutely, I know a couple kids like that, and people who are actually good dudes, and I found out later, like, oh, in a period where they was being an asshole, it was definitely something going on in their life that was. Like,
I don't think that's a great excuse though. Like,
it's not a great
Yeah,
excuse,
'cause
but it at least makes me look at it like,
It's
all right.
understand. It makes it
Yeah.
understandable.
I think for me,
It
it's
doesn't make
like-
it
so
sympathetic.
when someone has something really bad go on in their life and like people know about it, it's like public in high school or something.
Right,
And, like,
everybody knows shit,
Everyone
too.
knows, and like
Yeah.
it makes them a different person. But like everybody's got shit going on. Like no matter who
Right.
you
Sure,
are,
life hard.
just
you mean?
because your
Everybody's
stuff's
life
not
hard.
public doesn't mean like that you should treat other people shitty. Because
Right.
if their life seems perfect and fine, dude, it's not. Like,
Yeah,
no
I
one
feel-
has a perfect fucking life.
I feel like that's how a lot of people looked at me. Like, fuck this rich
Exactly.
kid. Like, what kind of
don't
problems
know
does
what's
this
going
kid
on
have?
with
Yeah,
you.
they had no idea. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, no
It's
fucking
ridiculous. It's just stupid.
idea. For sure,
Yeah,
sure.
It's like a mix of judgment and lack of self-confidence.
For sure. I told Young Bull at the gas station next time I see Bull that he was talking about pumping, like, next time I go there and he pump my gas, I'm going to check Bull, like, for sure. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm definitely not going
I
to just
love the lingo.
let kids slide and shit.
Yeah, what does that mean?
It means beat the
I
fuck
mean,
out of him.
no, I'm not going to do that. Like,
At the gas station, he liked
No,
that
the
guy.
kid that is messing with the kid at the gas station.
they both
Oh.
work at the gas station, he was saying. They both work
Oh.
there.
He said
He,
one of the
he actually
guys.
told me a story where a dude was going to Boston, so he called out. And, like, the dude was supposed to work that he don't like, that he's saying is a dickhead. And the dickhead dude told my boss that my old boss rather, that dude could fill for him when he was like supposed to be off like in Boston, and like he didn't actually like say that. Like dude was just trying to,
Fuck with him.
yeah, like not even fuck with him, just like he's just being a dickhead, like thinking about himself, being selfish,
Yeah.
like you know what I'm saying.
He's almost trolling, but like in a really fucked up way.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna check him like, yo, bro, like I'm just gonna say like, bro, come here, like I want to talk to you for a second, like I got a bone to pick with you. And I was thinking about it, like at first I was gonna come aggressive at him, and it could get to that level where motherfucker, because sometimes people needs a little aggression to really hear what you're saying, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna tell him like, bro, like I heard this, and this, like you gotta change your life and shit, bro, and explain all the shit that I explained, like, I understand that. It's probably the environment that made you this way, that made you feel like you gotta do this. But I'm trying to tell you right now that, like, you gotta change that shit, because that bad karma gonna come back to you. That bad energy really is is nothing but bad can come from bad energy. You know what I mean?
You're right.
So in ninth grade, you were guys talking about smoking stuff and like how you guys kind of knew each other from a little bit of that, right? That's how you guys kind of knew each other.
I think so. I mean,
Gaming and smoking.
I
Gaming,
myself, I know that I didn't start smoking until junior year, so that must
Yeah.
have been when that all started up, because I know it was with you guys hanging out like later.
All
in
right,
that
yeah,
year.
it was probably my sophomore
So
year.
your sophomore
Yeah.
year. So what was the first? I just want to hear about your first experience smoking and like, or your first time getting high, not because like obviously. a lot
Well,
of
no,
times-
actually, my first time. Well, all right. So what happened for me was it was my birthday. It was my 15th birthday, right? So I had a ton of kids sleep over my crib, like maybe like 8
we
kids.
don't advocate for any smoking at all.
Yeah, I'm actually not smoking right now.
talk
Maybe
about
for a couple days, but
Yeah,
I'm trying to quit that shit for good type
Really?
shit. Yeah. I just feel like when you smoke all the time, it's like overindulgence, and you just end up living like a shitty half life. You know what I mean?
We'll get into that. So let's hear this first time. How did it
Yeah.
pan out?
So we was all in my crib and shit, and you know they say like you don't get high the first time you smoke. So maybe like 8, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night, I smoked a couple bowl hits, and we had like some gas bud. There's a kid that was, his name was Alex. He ended up being a heroin addict
Oh,
and
yeah.
shit. But fucking dude was like, he built my first computer, and
Nice
dude, he was alright. Yeah, like I don't know, he was a weirdo, but fucking dude used to use the dark net, so he had like fire bud. Now I remember like that shit smelled gas. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now that I smoke gas now, or have been smoking gas for the past like year and a half, 2 years. But so we had some gas, smoking out the bowl and shit. So I smoked maybe like 10 o'clock, waited a couple hours, then like a little past midnight, smoked again. And that second time, I walked out of my back room. I like sat down on the floor, and like I was just sitting there for like 2 minutes, and all of a sudden like everything like on the ceiling just started like shifting. Like I was actually having like a little mini like trip. I never had that off weed except for that one time.
Damn.
I have a very similar experience. Remember
Really?
at Sykes?
Yeah.
So you know Jack, we were at our friend Jack's house. I'm sure he'll be on, or we'll talk about him more at some point.
Right.
My first time I was at his, well, actually my second time. So my first one was at his house too, but I didn't get high my first time. So I was one of those who didn't get high. But
Right.
the second time,
Everyone. Yeah.
we had a bong, and like obviously that's a mistake for like your first time getting high. So it was a Keef bowl too. So
Right.
yeah, I have a bong, and I took it to the face. Like, it was a small cap, but it was still like, I mean, it's Keef. And
Yeah, for sure.
yeah, I same thing. I literally I like crawled out of his bathroom and like sat down, looked up, same thing.
I
Like, almost
wasn't
the
like
exact same.
I was having like a great time. Like that's
Yeah, it
that's
was
probably
weird.
like the first time I really felt like bliss. Like I just started laughing hysterically.
You know
I was
how I
like,
explained it?
"Ew."
I explained it as Forge mode from Halo. That's what I said. I don't know why I said it like that, but
Yeah,
I was like,
you
oh yeah.
You should have
I
seen
was
him.
Forge mode. Like I could see myself, and like
He was,
Yeah, you
he
was
was on
having
one
like
of
a
those
straight
like
trip.
those futons that like fold out, and like
Yeah.
he managed to like get himself onto the seat and then just laid on his back.
I fell asleep like that, didn't I?
Yeah, he's just laying on his back the whole time. He's like, I can't move. Like, he was just
Probably
stuck
felt
there.
good though, no?
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah,
I've
it
never
was-
felt like that before. Like again,
For sure, for
Weird.
sure. It's like a transcendent
it's just 'cause
experience.
it's so different from like your normal sober like feeling.
For sure. You just like, whoa, what the fuck?
Yeah. So what is the reasoning that you're stopping smoking right now? Just because of the whole second kind of life thing you're talking about?
Yeah, like I've been smoking for years, like pretty much since I was like
Long time.
I don't want to sound corny and say 15 and a half, but like not right when I turned 15, like that time that like we was probably smoking every weekend from that weekend when I turned 15 and shit, but really like after that, like I just started smoking like every day for a while, for years, you know what I mean? It's been going on for probably like you said, like 6-7 years type shit. Like,
Yeah.
well, how old am I? I'm fucking 20, so like 5 years I've been fucking probably smoking like every day. So at some point that shit just don't really have an effect on you no more. Like my
Right.
tolerance is retarded. Like
Right.
I smoke moon rocks out of
TikTok.
bong, and
Yeah,
I
yeah.
take rip after
That's a
rip.
replacement word for that.
What?
TikTok.
Yeah, I get TikTok, man. It's like,
His tolerance is TikTok.
Yeah, yeah.
my shit is beep boop. You mean?
Beep boop. Yeah. Beep boop.
So-
I agree with that because like I used to see it as like sort of like a tool where I was like going
Yeah.
parts of my brain where I was like, whoa, this
Mhm.
feels different. I've
That's
never
at
been
first.
here before, right?
Yeah.
First
It's
few
transcendent.
times-
You start thinking about life and about yourself. I
Right.
went through that phase too.
And
I've
then-
really found myself off the weed. I'm not even gonna lie.
Right. Eventually, you get to a point where like you can't count how many times you smoked. Or like you start off, you're like, whoa, there was that first time and the second time.
Right.
It goes up to a
Up to
certain point where
10.
like, you
You're
start,
like,
you start
nah.
fucking counting, and then once you're at that point, you're like, I don't really know what I'm getting out of this anymore. I've done this before.
Right.
Just everything gets kind of less like new, less.
Yeah, you start living your
exotic.
life just to get fried. You start living your life around the bud, and it's just like, the fuck am I doing with myself? Type time.
Do you think it has a effect on like your image in Philly? Like when you go there, do you think people kind of gravitate towards smoking like as a group? So like when you hang out, you're always smoking, and that just kind of makes you like belong.
No, because you gotta understand, there's a lot of people who are on papers, on probation and shit,
Yeah.
so they can't smoke. A lot of people just be smoking whatever, like Black and Milds or cigs or whatever the fuck. And then yeah, a lot of people smoke backwoods and blunts and shit, but me popping out the bong, people look at me crazy because a lot. As soon as people from the hood see a pipe, they just immediately think crack. So they like, no, I'm cool off that. You know what I'm saying?
It's funny how they don't even go, whoa, they just go, I'm cool. Like it's
Nah,
fine,
I'm
you do
cool
you.
off that,
They don't even care. They don't even judge either. It's like
Yeah.
whatever, you do you.
Yeah. So they're like, yeah. So I mean, I definitely can smoke a fair amount. Like my tolerance is crazy. I can outsmoke a lot of motherfuckers, and I be having the good weed. So I mean, people probably just appreciate that I always come through with some gas, and I'm always generous with my shit. You mean,
Of course, you gotta be.
yeah, for sure.
See, that's always a good thing about the background. They're like, oh, like this guy will help out.
Yeah, definitely. People from there appreciate loyalty definitely a lot more.
So you're not in Philly anymore right now.
But I mean,
know
I end up being there every day, but
Yeah.
I'm not living there right now.
Yeah, I know you're
I'm
there
back
all the
in Knox
time.
County.
So like, is it any different from when you were actually in Philly every day, like waking up there, you going to sleep, like just hanging around Philly all day? And do you like being away from there, or do you want to go back anytime soon?
I miss the crib. I used to live on 18th in Oxford. I fuck with the block with the people on the street and shit. They mean show me love, and they ain't give me no problems living there. You mean? So I mean, it was cool living on 18th Street, but I mean, it's the same shit. Like I'm there if I gotta be, and it's fun waking up on the block and shit, going to the poppy store, grabbing a fucking
Poppy store.
whatever you want out of the poppy store, and you mean just chilling on the block, smoking or whatever. But I mean, it's really no different. I could go out there if I want, smoke. I can see my peoples and shit.
What is a poppy store?
Like corner store.
Oh, just a corner shop.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little. You mean Poppy owns it? So you typically a Spanish
Gotcha.
person owns it, Poppy and shit.
Word. All right. So I was saying to Sam yesterday, I was like, all right, like Dylan has probably one of the most addictive personalities I know. I know you're stopping smoking
For
right
sure.
now.
No, I agree with that.
I know you agree
Definitely.
with it. I knew you'd say that. So I just want to go over each like kind of phase in your life of like what you've been. I wouldn't say addicted.
Right,
per
like
se, but
what's my
your fad, like your
Right.
your niche for a little bit. So the first thing I'd say would be League of Legends, right? That'd be your first kind of start,
I mean, going back.
or like sports Phillies maybe.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah,
say that. Like
Phillies,
probably
yeah.
like video game, like playing Pokemon. Definitely, and Phillies and shit. That as far as I can like remember. I mean, going back, I used to play I used to get like Yu-Gi-Oh cards, but I don't even know how to play Yu-Gi-Oh. I just had the cards.
I was the same.
Everyone
way.
does something with Pokemon, but like Yu-Gi-Oh, they just collect a bunch of shit and
Of
didn't know what
course.
was going on.
You got all the cards, and you're like, I don't want to play the game. I just want sick cards.
Exactly
Yeah,
right.
that's so
You just
true.
want the fucking cards. I used to play GameCube heavy. Like I remember putting mad hours into SpongeBob Battle of Bikini Bottom.
That's a good
That's a
game.
hard ass
It's a good
game.
dude.
Let me
Bro,
just say that.
yeah.
I played that shit.
Have you played it recently, bro?
No.
It's probably
I
so
bet if
easy
you
after a
played it
while.
recently, you would think it's a little
we've
easier.
developed
For
a little
real.
bit.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
When you young, yeah, you like what? Like that, you get tilted as fuck. You go through those levels, you're so angry. I remember.
That was like the
being young,
Incredibles for me. Same shit. Like I get stuck, and then like I remember one game I played Splinter Cell, and one of the like missions was bugged, so you couldn't beat it. Like, you couldn't get on this wall. Like, I guess they updated it, and I never updated or something.
Right.
So I'm just like sitting there. I'm like, this is fucking bullshit. I'm just like getting so frustrated, like freaking out, like smashing my controller and shit.
Yeah.
So I would say that was like the first John, like playing GameCube, and then maybe Phillies after that. So like as far as I remember, I'm trying to think. All right, so like fifth grade, I got an Xbox for the first time. I was hella into like Halo 3 and MW2.
Oh yeah.
Are we talking levels of like how, like I'm just like comparing because like League was a huge part of your life. Like,
Yeah, definitely.
huge.
That's
It
like
was on that level. Like I'll be playing 6 hours a day as soon as I
Oh,
come
wow.
home from school,
Really?
get done my
Jesus.
homework, and I just be playing all night. I remember when Black Ops 1 came out, we would play cops and robbers in the custom games. We use like ballistic knife and the fucking pump shotgun and like throwing knives and shit.
Sam's a
And
well
C4s.
experienced COD player.
yeah, many years back then.
That
Yeah.
shit, honestly, bro, I can't even lie. That was some of the most fun I ever had on video games. We used to, it was like maybe like 8 of us, like every night we would be on that bitch on Black Ops, just playing cops and robbers. That
Yeah,
shit was
just squad
so
up.
much
Sam,
fun.
what was the highest rank you've ever got? Like
Um,
globally.
On
Oh,
COD?
globally, it was like a couple days. It was like the first week of the game. I think it was. It must have been.
He was
Black
staying home
Ops
from
1.
school, by the way.
Right. So like it conveniently happened on like a Veterans Day weekend where it was like an extended long.
That's
break.
always how Call of Duty
Oh,
drops.
they do it on
the-
purpose, not
yeah,
conveniently.
it drops on like like a Tuesday usually, like Call of Duty
Yeah,
or some
yeah.
shit, like a Monday
I
night
think
at
it's
midnight.
President's Day or something, isn't it?
Some shit.
I don't know.
I've been to a couple of them midnight
Yeah.
releases.
So
We used to
it
go
was
all the
it was
time.
towards the weekend. So I basically just took off that last day of school and then just went really hard on COD for like 3 or 4 days straight.
For sure.
And my highest rank was like top 400th in the world.
Yeah, that's pretty
pretty
crazy.
wild.
Yeah,
Lots
I remember
of
you were,
time
he
for
was
that.
like first prestige after the first day, right?
Yeah. I was
it's
going like
ridiculous.
a prestige a day at one point.
My science teacher was ranked like 20th at
Right,
some point.
'cause
Yeah.
he didn't he skip
He
school
he
or
skipped
skip
like
work?
2 days, dude.
What
His-
the
I think
fuck?
it was Versace. That's his name. Dude.
Oh my god, I
Remember
know
him?
what boy you're talking about too.
Science
Short. He was
teacher.
a short bull.
yeah.
Dude, he was like telling me, he showed me the picture. He was like 26th in the world or something.
That's
he stayed home and
crazy.
just grinded.
You know,
like,
Quantum was mad good at Call. Well, I already know y'all know
Right,
this.
Yeah,
right.
Quantum used to be mad good. MW3.
he's good at every video game, pretty much.
He I think he won like $5,000 this summer on Fortnite and shit.
Really?
Yeah.
I know
didn't
Julian's
know that.
fucking good too.
I've been starting talking to Quan again. Miss
Nice.
Quan and shit.
So for us, your first like kind of addiction was League of Legends.
yeah, that was the definitely biggest gaming.
You want to give us like
addiction.
a brief explanation of how deep that went?
So I don't want to go into like
Yeah,
the
for
actual
sure,
game
sure.
itself, just like how the environment, how you created the team, and like that kind of shit.
Right, so, I remember the night I found, so basically, I mean, people couldn't, now this shit is, like, mainstream. Back then, it wasn't really, like, this was some shit you had to be into, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, we all predicted that shit, like, oh, this is going, the trajectory is going like this, but when I first found the high school league, it's called HSL, the college league is called CSL, so people probably heard of that.
Right.
But when I first found HSL, I remember that night. I don't think I went to sleep till like 4 or 5 in the morning. I was just so hyped, like, oh, I'm gonna have a League of Legends team. So I was just hype as shit on League of Legends. I used to love playing League. Like I don't know, the payoff playing that game was just fun as fuck. Winning
Yeah.
games, playing ranked.
It's very satisfying.
What made you like? What gave you an inspiration to want to make a team? What like? How does that transcend from like, oh, I just fucking love this game, I'm gonna play all the time, to like, I want to
Coaching?
start.
You weren't
this
even
shit?
like,
No,
you,
I was a player at first. If
No,
you
no,
remember,
but
the
you didn't
first
even-
season I played support and shit.
you didn't even consider yourself that good though. You knew you were gonna like, you were rather coach, right? At that point. Like, a
Yeah,
little
the
bit
second
after.
season, we was real good for like 3 years, like top 10 in the country probably for
Yeah.
3 years out of like thousands of high schools. But I remember just my competitive nature. Really, I just be competitive, especially back then. I just competitive, like fuck, I want to compete in this shit. And back then, I think you could win some money if you won a tournament. So that was the other.
Money's always a driving factor for
Right.
sure.
Not even really for me, just to like hype everyone else up. Like if we do well, we can maybe win some money and shit.
It's pretty cool. I like that.
So we started playing the game and shit. But after my freshman year, my sophomore year, I just stepped back. I started just scouting players and really focusing on like the management aspect and the trying to coach them, even though they wasn't very receptive to shit. But
Yeah.
I would try to be there for everyone and try to be the best coach I could be.
And then, so after League of Legends, I'd say was fashion, right? That was the
Yeah,
next
like
step right
I
there?
mean, I appreciated clothes and shit. I fuck with I always. From the time I didn't really start getting into clothes until I was fully grown because I felt like it was a waste. Like
What do we got on today? Let's get the whole rundown.
I just have like a Nike fucking sweatsuit on. Fucking.
Any
that's
shoes?
it.
Snob Squad shoes?
Yeah, my Louis V's and shit.
I don't think we have it on. Oh, there you go. Hey, those things are sweet. What are they called? The Arc Light or
The
something?
arch lights, yeah. But I fuck with the fashion shit. I stopped really being heavy into fashion once I start making music because I realized that first of all, spending money that you don't have on clothes is fucking retarded. Like I
Right.
definitely went broke on like $600 Fendi t-shirts before. Like that shit is
I remember that exact day.
stupid as
We
fuck.
walked into the mall. Me and my
Oh.
brother were getting shoes and stuff, and he just walks in the Fendi store.
We was
with,
doing
like, a-
Yeezys raffles and
Yeah,
shit.
Yeezy
He
stuff.
did that with me.
Yeah, he walks out with a $600 shirt, and we're like,
Yeah.
dude, what do you just do? He's like, oh, I just bought a $600 T-shirt. And I'm like, oh.
I think it was
went
like
to a mall.
$650. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure it was just me and Dylan goes, I think I'm gonna get this one.
No, yeah, you guys walked away from us. We went and got food.
Right.
We went and got food in the food court. You
Right,
guys
right.
left,
and he was just like
came back
shopping in
and went
Fendi,
expensive.
and like eventually
King
picks
Pressure
one
Mall
out,
shit.
and he walks out. He's like, "Damn, that was a lot." I'm like, "Yeah, that was a fucking lot. It was a T-shirt,
It was a t-shirt, literally.
all for a T-shirt."
Wasn't even like a sweater or some shit like that. It was a fucking
Yeah.
tee. It was a rhinestone t-shirt. I still have a t-shirt. It's a fire t-shirt.
Good.
But
I'd hope that you still have it if you spent that much money on it.
right. Well, the thing is, like, really, like, I mean, this is how I think. Like, you could really only get like a year and a half, 2 years worth of clothes. That shit just gonna look worn, and you're
Sure.
gonna look like a fucking poser ass bull. But if I had unlimited money, yeah, I would be like hell into fashion. But it's just once I started making music, I realized like, all right, I either gotta spend money on the music and buying beats and studio time, or I could keep buying bags and clothes and shoes and shit. But
Right.
once I had enough stuff, I was just like, fuck it, like, I'm fly enough. I could put shit together. Obviously, I wish I could go shopping like anybody does for Gucci and Louis and all this shit, but Prada, but
Right. Something else had
I'm-
come into your life that was making you more happy. Makes sense.
yeah, I just really, I'm a kid. I can't afford that shit. I need
Right.
to be making like over $100,000 a year to be affording that shit. And even then, it's like kind of,
Crazy.
yeah,
It's a lot of money for clothes.
yeah, definitely.
So next thing would probably be smoking weed. The next addiction.
Oh, that I feel like
That's been-
smoking
that's the
weed
whole
probably
time,
comes
though.
before League of Legends, honestly.
Well, when did League of Legends come?
Like around the same time, but I was into the weed probably
Into the
the
weed.
same time I was into League of Legends.
You know that Stephen A. Smith the quote, "Stay off the weed," for all the players.
I don't.
Dude, you ever heard that?
It's just a meme. It is.
Yeah,
I have heard
yeah.
it.
It's for like the athletes. Every time like an athlete gets in trouble with like weed,
Yeah, stay
he
off
always,
the weed.
every time as soon as the show starts, he goes, "Stay off the weed."
Oh, all right, yeah.
Yeah,
He just fucking with them.
Yeah,
Shit.
yeah.
No, real shit. Stay
That
off the
shouldn't,
weed.
that shouldn't be like illegal for players. I don't think players should get like suspended for games for that.
No.
No, I mean
Deshaun Jackson smoked weed, don't he?
I think so. I mean, you saw we talked about the whole thing with who was it that snuck the D'Angelo Russell. He snuck weed onto a plane in a water bottle. And caught him. Like so you
Sure,
can't bring
so-
water on a plane.
Yeah.
Like-
Just dumb.
I've definitely put weed through the TSA before.
Yeah, got away with it. Was it
Sure.
a Snoop Dogg pen? Did that go through? Or
Did
no?
that
I
when
don't
I
know.
came back from Rado, I checked weed through my bag.
Dude, I told you these guys are shit. We spent so
Yeah,
much
Dan-
money
oh,
on
Danny
this whole
talked
new.
about this,
yeah,
yeah.
right. Remember we talked about the
Talk
whole
about
TSA.
how TSA. It's like actually like there's a whole controversy out there. I don't do anything. Apparently
Oh,
there was
right.
a test. I don't know if
Sometimes.
you know about that. If you listened to the last episode, go check it out. I think it's episode 1. Since we're only on episode. Wait, we on 3 or 2?
This is 3.
This is 3. Holy
Yeah,
fuck.
this is
Wow.
number 3.
Um,
Wow.
So they did a test where they put like fake bombs. I think was it into
I have no idea. What you're
into
talking
like
about.
the TSA, and like apparently they didn't get any of them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
it's
I
fucked
mean,
up.
these people's, you don't gotta do nothing really to be a fucking TSA agent. It's like another like, all right, this is a decent. They probably pay like 15 an hour or some shit like
Yeah,
that.
I mean for the ones who actually have caught things, like thank you.
Yeah, good on you guys.
But like
Right.
if it's true that this is like a whole joke,
Right.
then I'm
And
not happy
I
about
don't
it.
know.
I hope not.
I didn't look into that test where they did bombs.
Yeah, I
but,
didn't
like,
either.
It's
That's
more
what
of
Danny
like
said.
I've just heard a lot about like with weed.
Yeah,
Like, they
I mean,
slip it in like tiny
well,
little pill bottles,
yeah.
and
I mean,
it goes into your luggage with the other 9 pill
I don't
bottles.
really care
you
if they
have in
catch
there.
weed.
Yep.
I care if they catch like fucking explosives. That's
Right.
what I'm worried
exactly.
about.
That's not even what they're really there for. I mean,
Yeah, they're not
obviously,
there
if
for
you
intent.
drug trafficking,
Right.
they try to catch your whole suitcase
I'm
full
sure
of
they could catch
cocaine
that,
and
yeah.
shit. But
Right.
I hope they can
fucking-
catch that. That'd be a
right,
problem.
but
Why do
it's
you have a bunch
like-
of plants in your bag?
The motherfucker wants to bring like 5 joints or a dab cart or whatever the fuck with them on the plane. Like, it shouldn't be a fucking issue, man. Fuck that shit. If somebody wants to smoke, let them motherfuckers smoke.
I also was curious about your hairstyle stuff. So I wanted you to go. I was gonna get a bunch of pictures and show every
Right.
style. Maybe I'll do something on our Instagram. Just
Yeah.
post a picture of you with like different images.
Right.
But like explain like kind of the different hairstyles you've had, how it's kind of evolved.
Well, I really do have like a fro, so that's really the reasons why I end up getting braids. Excuse me. So I just like switching my hairstyle up. It's like fucking, I don't want to look the same all the time. Like I like changing my look up and shit.
Yeah, it's like getting a new pair of shoes.
Exactly. It's a little interesting, John.
Definitely something people look at right away too. Like I know being
For
friends
sure,
with you for
for
so
sure.
long. It's so funny. We'd go into places when he used to have pink hair.
Oh, yeah,
It was the
yeah.
best, dude.
I
Like,
still get it
it
nowadays.
was,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah. I mean, the pink hair was a little more though, just because.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Especially when I have.
Yeah.
Centric.
Yeah,
just,
sure.
You'd walk in anywhere and just people were just
Fuck this kid.
you know they're leaning over like
fuck
whispering and
this
shit,
kid.
looking at
I'm already
you
know.
weird.
Sure.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. If it was nowadays, I'd straight go up to him like, "Who the fuck you talking about, bro?"
A little more confrontational now.
Just like I peep shit, you know what I mean, and I'm not afraid to say something to someone.
Yeah.
I was gonna bring that up. Like, have you noticed just in the last like couple of years, people just being more confrontational and a little angrier? Like, have you seen a lot of arguments and just?
Oh
my
yeah,
personal-
yeah. The outrage culture. I think that's what it really is causing all that. It's just outrage culture. People see other people online getting outraged, getting what they want
Yeah,
because they
yeah.
get
It's
outraged,
crazy.
and encourages them to be fucking outraged.
We talked about a little bit last episode about people at my work. Just like everyone just so angry. Like I don't know what it is. People don't
Dumb shit.
help
yeah.
each other as much anymore. It
I
just
think
bad,
people
bad
just
environment.
when Trump got elected, not saying anything good or bad about Trump, I feel like people just went haywire, man.
Right.
Just
It's
did
kind of
some
like-
crazy shit.
It's kind of like now that you have a president that's making official statements on like Twitter.
Right.
It kind of
People's
like regardless
outrage, yeah.
regardless of what he's saying, it kind of validates the platform even more so than before, right?
Yeah,
if you
for
have,
sure,
If you have
for
a
sure.
president like posting official remarks on there, so like now you have anybody who's a Twitter user is like that much more visible. So like you have all
Right.
these people who can pretty much share any conversation they want,
Yeah, both
complain
sides
about
just like
anything.
screaming at each other.
Right,
It's
and now
ridiculous.
everyone has a platform to speak on that's completely validated because others are using it.
Right.
So something I saw was a post. I didn't bring it up or anything, but it said like September 12th. It was like the day that everyone kind of came together and like was united, and everyone was like holding doors for each other. And everyone was like just so friendly and cared
Right.
about like people.
Yeah, because
But-
yeah, for sure.
But now we're so far from that, and it's weird that it takes a natural disaster for like something like that to happen.
Right. I mean, it's fucked up because that shit obviously is so sketchy and shady. You know
the
what I'm
whole
saying?
9/11
Like,
thing.
fuck that.
Puts a lot of people on their toes.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
What do you guys
so-
think about that? Like, do you have any certain opinions?
Well,
I'm sure you
know,
do.
I was gonna say I'm not sure. I'm sure Troy knows, but I have a huge conspiracy theory of 9/11 that goes on for a while. So
Let's
maybe
hear like the summary of it.
a summary.
I know Tosti's big on this.
Yeah, yeah.
So this is our
Oh.
third cameraman actually.
Right.
There he
They're
is.
dropping like flies.
So yeah, we got
Alright.
third cameraman. That's Tosti. He's one of our boys. My brother is actually in Spain now. So we have my brother in Spain. Sean's at school right now.
Danny's also in
Danny's.
Spain.
Oh yeah,
our
we didn't
co-host.
fucking acknowledge that Danny's not here.
Sorry,
I
Danny.
miss
Sorry,
Danny.
Danny. Love
That's
you,
on us.
buddy.
That's on us.
I know
yeah,
he's-
I fuck with Danny heavy. That's my guy.
yeah, they're overseas right now, enjoying their sweet vacation for their week.
That's good. That's a good
Um,
thing.
But yeah, Tassi I know can relate to me on conspiracies here, but a
Especially
short
9/11.
gist of the 9/11.
Especially 9/11.
Yeah. The main theory behind it is that the U.S. government was behind it
Yeah,
and
I agree.
took and made this huge event in order to wipe details of huge national debt,
Absolutely.
get us a foot overseas in the Middle East for terms of oil.
And re-election and shit.
Right. So
Yep.
there's a lot of political agenda that went on with that can
Yeah.
back up why we did all of that.
Personally,
Not only that, like the biggest cover up ever with them just taking all the fucking rubble and shipping it overseas to
Right.
be melted down.
And planes that crashed, like the one in Pennsylvania where they didn't find a fuselage. It's the first plane crash
what?
ever recorded. A fuselage, which is like the main part of the long part of a plane.
Oh.
It was the first time they had ever recorded a plane crash, and there was no fuselage.
Yeah,
There was
shit
like
is
there was
fucked,
like
man.
small engine pieces, but no fuselage. Like how does
Also,
that
the
make- doesn't make
passport
any sense?
they found a bullet on the ground. You know what I'm talking about, or whatever it was. Like they ID'd one of the terrorists by that.
Right. How crazy is that?
What the fuck? The fucking passport fly out of a huge explosion, like
Yeah,
unscathed.
Come on. And
Yeah,
also,
this shit is
They like
bullshit.
cut it up,
Another-
make it look bad.
another crazy part.
Building 5 or whatever the fuck, building 11 or whatever the fuck.
Right. So I think that's one thing, right? A building that was untouched.
One thing. It's a bunch of things.
No, I'm saying the building
right.
5.
I know what you're saying. I'm just making a joke.
It was one part of a building that had not been hit by planes and still collapsed. It was
Right.
There were 3 buildings in New York that collapsed. The craziest part of all of this to me was that
the shit.
the Pentagon, the most like highly secure building
Right.
in the entire country, debatably, has like a tiny little shitty 5 frame per second like
Video.
Oh, yeah, the
video
video
camera.
is
It's literally like
trash.
a desktop webcam
Shit, I seen
of
this.
the plane crashing into the side
Worse
of the
than our
road.
You
quality
can't
here.
even see. You can't even see
Yeah,
shit.
it's like unreal. Like, how do you have all of this huge secure building? You have this one camera that's like, yeah, here's one frame, here's the next frame, and it's crashed. That's it. That's all you get.
Right.
That's
ridiculous.
crazy.
Thanks, Bush.
Yeah, personally,
Yeah.
I don't really have much opinion. I haven't looked into this stuff. Like you guys are
Funny enough,
talking
that's
foreign language.
the exact day my sister was born,
Yeah.
and honestly, that's the first day of my school ever. That's the first day I ever was at school. I remember, and that's really my earliest memory that I can think of.
Wow.
Going to school that day, being like, "The fuck, where the fuck
You
am
got pulled
I
out
at?"
of it, didn't you?
Yeah, getting pulled out of school because my sister was being born too.
Yeah.
And I remember being at a bridge because it was hectic as fuck trying to get to the hospital. I just remember looking out, seeing all the commotion, mad traffic.
Yeah.
It's probably the first time I ever experienced traffic or maybe some shit like that. So I remember that shit.
Stuck with you, dude. Fuck traffic.
Yeah.
Can't stand that shit.
People was beeping and it was hectic as fuck. I remember that shit. I was in the car with my pops and shit. So I remember that.
Yeah, he actually told me that he left the hospital, got you, and then because of all the shit that happened.
Right.
Yeah, I
Like,
remember.
That's
I remember.
crazy.
Yeah,
And it was
most-
like that morning, like at what was you born like 8 in the morning or something, right?
I
was like when the
forget.
second tower got
Honestly,
hit.
I forget. I was 2.5 when this shit happened.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So
it's a little young.
it's really my
Guess I was
earliest memory.
3.5.
It was like that day, my sister being born and fucking being in first day of school and being in traffic and shit.
Right.
It's crazy. Do you remember anything?
I remember it happening. I don't remember like watching it happen. I just remember being at my grandparents' house and like it was happening on the TV, but like I wasn't really paying attention.
I think
Like,
I was. In,
that's
like,
all I
I think I was in
remember.
preschool too, yeah, not kindergarten. What's before kindergarten? Is it kindergarten and
Pre-K.
preschool or?
Yeah, there's preschool before.
Okay, so I was in preschool, I think.
I was
like
probably
my-
3 or 4 years old. If
From my
I was,
fir-
if I was
yeah,
2.5,
3.5. I was like
y'all
3.5.
in between 3
Yeah, I
and
think
4.
my first
Wow.
preschool year, and I remember being in school. I remember like them talking about it and sending us all home. I don't remember
Right.
like details or anything, but I
Yeah.
remember it was like some crazy shit.
Yeah, super vague for me. I
It's
don't have,
weird.
like, too many
Every
memories.
parent knows like There's 2 moments in history they know exactly where they were. Can you guess the second one?
I don't know. I don't want to say some dumb shit.
When O.J. Simpson was on the chase.
Oh,
yeah.
right,
Yep.
right.
Dude, my mom does exactly watch. She watched every moment of that chase on TV.
Really?
Yeah, she said it was like a reality show before
You think
reality
he did
TV.
it? It's
Like
like,
when he
no.
went on the court case, like that was a whole reality show almost.
Yeah, where OJ got away with murder.
Yeah, pretty much.
What a guy.
He didn't do
Man,
it.
fuck. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah,
it.
right.
He didn't do it, guys.
That
One,
shit-
glove didn't fit.
I mean, they played the race card at that shit, right?
I don't
That was how he got out of
no,
it?
I think the
His
whole thing
lawyers
with the
was-
glove. You know the story with the glove.
They didn't fit.
The reason it didn't fit is apparently because it was
your
it was soaked in like blood for, like,
yeah.
weeks or something, and then like it shrunk.
I think salt or something like
Some
that.
shit like that. And it shrunk, so then they tried it, and they were like, they were like, oh yeah, do it. Try the glove on. Fucking
didn't
idiots.
fit.
God, fucking idiots.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
I'm pretty sure that they peddled like racial profiling to get him off that. I'm pretty sure.
I wanted to, speaking of all that kind of stuff, like court trials and stuff. Did you hear about the allegations for Antonio Brown?
Oh yeah, I
Sexual
did hear
assault?
about that.
So what did your guys? I was listening to like First Take. It's like a show for sports media, or whatever.
Right.
What do you think? Do you think if just from allegations, do you think he should get suspended from the NFL or ineligible for the NFL for a couple games?
Wasn't that Phillies player suspended for? Well, I don't know. Maybe they approved. Didn't he do? Wasn't there a Phillies player that got like taken off the roster
I'm not
this
sure.
season for
I'm not
some?
sure. But
something
I'm
like
just saying,
that?
like in general, if it's just an allegation, do you think they should be suspended for games, or do you think that
Is he
because they're
suspended for games? I don't know. I'm not.
No, but they're talking about in the media, like they're saying how the NFL should have done something.
I mean, if they don't got no proof, then
Yeah,
fuck it,
personally,
can
I
they
don't
fucking
think
do
it-
If
an
they're not
allegation
even like if the court hasn't even summoned them to like their actual hearing and the session and all of that, I see no reason.
Yeah, I don't
Even
either.
if
Right.
there's
I
like,
don't know the crazy details.
if there's an active case going on, maybe they can't play football. But like I don't see.
but that's their livelihood. Like it's like
Right.
saying just
It's
because
like their job.
some person said something about you, you shouldn't be able to make money and like do your job.
Fuck the
So,
Pats, man.
Fuck the Pats.
Yeah,
Yeah,
of
fuck the
course.
Pats. Dude. Fuck Antonio Brown. No, like
Seriously,
Actually,
Fuck
yeah,
Tom
offense.
Brady.
I'm on that
Fuck
page
the
now.
Pats, bro.
yeah, Antonio Brown. I think the whole thing is he wanted to go to the Patriots the whole
Yeah.
time.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
fuck
yeah, it's a
this.
fucking.
Yeah. Right.
Dude, it's
I'm
bullshit.
starting to think sports might be rigged, bro. I'm not even gonna lie.
yeah. Oh,
What sports do you think are rigged? Like which?
Basketball for
think
sure.
basketball's rigged?
Do you think
Football
so?
probably.
I mean, Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green,
You know,
Andre Iguodala. That's pretty unfair.
the Saints, I believe, are actually. It might be like the people of St. Louis are suing the NFL's referee
Oh no, it's the
committee.
Saints. The Saints are in New Orleans.
Oh, sorry,
Yeah,
yeah. The New Orleans
Saints,
Saints. I'm retarded.
The referees from the Vikings game.
Right.
I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
that's- I don't think
in
they
the,
won.
in the
though.
playoffs, right?
Yeah. The play that
Eastern
it
Conference.
was the pass interference play where you hit him before
Right.
the ball got there.
Right. It was a blatant pass interference
Yeah, it was
call,
bad.
and they're
That was-
suing
dude,
because it literally threw the game.
That's
It
bad.
turned
I
the
mean,
entire
hey, bro,
game.
I fucking remember when McNabb was throwing up on the fucking field
Oh, in the
because
Super Bowl?
and that shit turned. Didn't they?
What's it called? Where they recorded our practices. The
Yeah,
Patriots.
Oh,
fuck
yeah,
this
yeah,
shit,
yeah.
man. This shit is
Spygate,
bull.
they
I
call
remember
it or
my
something?
grandma
Spygate,
being pissed
yeah.
off as fuck. Oh my god.
Fuck these
You
Patriots.
fucking ass. Yeah, bro. I remember my
Dude, they still do
Italian
that
ass
shit. Though. I
grandma.
think they're allowed to record like other practices or some shit now. I don't know how it works, but they changed something.
Really?
Yeah,
Because
isn't
of
that
Fuck
crazy?
that
Yeah,
shit,
something
man.
happened. And then the whole Deflate Gate. So it wasn't
Oh,
Spygate. It
right.
was Deflate Gate, and then something
Right.
else with the spy.
Fucking McNabb, bro.
there's always like some type of scheming going
Get your
on.
beans,
You know?
man.
You know who else I hate? The bull that cut fucking Deshaun Jackson.
What do you mean?
The fucking coach.
Was that
Chip
Reed?
Kelly?
Oh, Chip
Chip
Kelly.
Oh
Kelly,
my
fucking- 'cause it's part of
God.
gangs or
Fucked
something.
up.
So it's part of gangs.
And he's back.
Right.
Yeah.
Back.
God
Fuck.
bless he's
And
back.
now we're doing really good.
God
and Chip
bless.
Kelly
God
sucks.
bless.
Yeah.
I saw Ertz
touchdown
carrying.
passes.
Ertz was doing well carrying the shit on us last
Yep.
game too.
Two
I swear that was our
touchdown
whole team last season, bro.
53 yards and like 54 yards for Deshaun Jackson's 2 touchdown passes.
Yep.
I had Carson Wentz on my fantasy team. Good job. Good job. Actually met Carson Wentz too.
I think you
Oh,
came- I think
congrats,
you
bro.
still-
Congrats,
Cool
dog.
guy. Cool
I
guy.
think you still ended in second place though, right?
Second place for total points, but I still won my game. Like I beat the person.
Oh. So that's
Yeah.
that's what's important.
Yeah, if you win our league total points, you get
Yeah.
like $25 or something every week.
Right.
So
Fantasy sports, man, crazy.
yeah, you're not too
Yeah,
into that, are you?
Nah, I remember when I first did Fantasy League of Legends. That shit is bullshit.
Fantasy
Such
League of
bullshit.
Legends.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I'm surprised they stopped. They like
Oh,
haven't
the
been doing
the
it.
PC bang. I want to talk about that. So
Oh,
Dylan,
alright.
Dylan came to my house once to play League of Legends,
Got him hooked.
and all of a sudden the guys at this PC bang every single day for
Yeah.
like 5
Yeah, they
hours.
opened an internet cafe in Philly.
Oh, is it new?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
new.
shit.
They just opened that joint, so I've been going there like every night. Tonight is probably the first night I won't go there since they opened it, just 'cause I'm sick as fuck.
What is the environment like there?
It's awesome, man. Like if
Really?
y'all went there, y'all would love it. It's like what every gamer's playing. It's like friendly, like social. Like I'd
Yeah.
be trying to go there and like maybe pick up a chick, maybe. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
Really?
Yeah, hell yeah. There's mad females in there. There's mad
Wow.
There's a lot of Chinese people in there, especially it's in Chinatown. And so
Right.
you mean
What do you
About
bring?
it.
Do you have to like bring your own headset,
Mm-mm,
or they have
nothing.
everything?
you could probably stream there if you wanted to,
Wow.
and they
Are
probably have
nice
the shit.
PCs?
Hell yeah, I think there's what are 2070s in
Oh,
each
wow.
computer,
That's pretty
Damn.
nice.
and then
That's like MagFest.
they're
Right. There's like
they're gonna put they don't have what is it 144 hertz. They don't have all 144 hertz monitors yet, but they're working on it.
Sounds just like
Same as
MagFest.
MagFest. Yeah,
I'm-
same shit.
I'm friends with one of the dudes, a couple people that work there at this point. Like I'm just there a lot, so I make friends with all the people.
They got any
there.
good
Yeah.
like food, like snacks?
Hell
and
yeah,
shit?
they got ramen. If you get
No
ramen, they make it for
way.
you. Yeah, I had ramen for dinner last night, just sitting at the PC
Damn.
bong
I'm
after I
trying
was
to
in the
go.
studio.
That's awesome. I'm down. We can do
Hey,
that.
last night
Wait,
I
we
was in
can-
the
this
studio and
weekend,
I went to
remember
the
we
PC
have
bar.
My brother's place. They're away.
Oh,
We
we're
can go
going.
sleep
We're
there
going.
down there.
We're
Yeah,
going. We're
bring my
going.
mouse and shit. I'm
Yep,
down.
We're going.
So y'all trying to go
You want to
tonight?
go Saturday night?
Y'all trying to go tonight?
No, I have
No.
work tomorrow.
Yeah,
Do
he's
you want to
got
go tomorrow night?
We'll go tomorrow.
Yeah,
Tomorrow
for
night,
sure,
like-
sure.
And bring all my shit. We can sleep over at my brother's place.
Yeah.
Yeah, it don't matter.
Yeah.
You already know.
Yeah, I have to go check
I'll
the
be
place
there
out anyway. So I just want to talk a little bit about the tracks. So here I have
Sure,
like, all
sure.
the track names here.
Getting into the meat, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
the
main
real
shit. So obviously released it today.
Sure, sure.
First stuff going
Midnight
on.
last night and shit.
He has 2 other singles out before that. You have Where Were You, and then you had Digital Punk.
Yeah, Where Were You and Digital Punk. I got a lot more songs, but those Digital Punk and Where Were You were really the first 2 songs I made. So I was trying to get them out there. You mean?
Yeah.
And,
We also-
and I really, people tell me they like Digital Punk. I really think
I
do.
really like digital.
Yeah, I don't love Where Were You.
Really?
No, I like Digital Punk way more. There's one
people
unnamed
behind
track.
Purpose is crazy.
One unnamed track that is gonna come out hopefully soon. That me and Sam's our favorite
You
track.
could say Insomniacs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So that's
Yeah,
That's a good-
Insomniacs. DJRL from Power 99 produced that John.
Really?
It's fucking good.
Yeah,
That's dope.
hopefully I get it. I need to talk to him. I'm bitching about. I always be bitching about calling him, just 'cause I don't want to bother him or come
Yeah.
off as like
Yeah.
a fucking.
He has a good song too.
dickhead
Backwoods.
young
That
bull.
song.
Who?
Backwoods. Isn't that by him? DJRL.
John.
Remember? I don't know how it goes. It was like I don't remember. I don't remember the fucking name, but
No, I don't
It was
know.
good, though.
That's the only song I really know by RL that he produced and shit. But or the only song I know of that RL produced. I don't. You mean he gave me that beat. That song is so good.
Yeah,
It's
I know.
sick.
It's awesome.
Or rap. I gotta talk to him. He's a good dude. I really appreciate RO.
Yeah, we'll shout that out when it comes out. What would you say? Like any estimate?
I don't know. Like I said, I'm bitching. I really need to call him and just talk to him, see what we want to do with the record and
Do
shit.
you plan on dropping that as a single, or is it gonna go into a bigger album?
No, it's probably gonna be a single because it's just
That's good. All right,
yeah.
so for this one, Conflicted, right?
Yeah, it's called Conflicted.
Conflicted, and who's on it with you? Just want to shout out.
It's me and my man Lou Jitsu, my man Lulu. Shouts out Ace. That's my guy. Snob shit. You
I know him as Ace. Yeah,
Yeah,
pretty nice dude. I met him one time.
that's big bro.
Very
Real
chill.
shit. Real shit.
Yeah, Sam, you haven't met him yet, right?
No.
Really cool dude. So the first track is Light Summer.
Yeah, for sure. That it's funny. A lot of these songs on this tape is really like 2 years old. Like that
Right.
shit.
That's
Really?
what, dude. Okay, so that's exactly what I wanted to ask. Is like, how much time goes into just a 5-song album?
This shit, it's really me slacking. Like I
Really?
was like, so long. I was just trying to like stack my music for the right time, and at the same time, I still should be doing that. But it's like I should have probably dropped 1 or 2 songs just to have them out and have them be current. Because when you let music sit, it gets dated. You know what I
Right,
mean?
Yeah.
right.
Thankfully, a lot of these songs still sound fire, but most of these songs is verses from at least 6 months ago. You know what I mean?
So
It's just slacking. My engineer is about to move to Atlanta, so it shouldn't have taken that for me to get really back on my shit, going to the studio every week. But unfortunately, that's what it took for me to start actually
Shit happens.
being like, all right, I really need to start making a song, 2 songs, 3 songs a week type shit.
Yeah.
And
So
trying to get ready to drop them.
what goes into kind of taking or like starting an album or beginning of a song, getting lyrics, that kind of stuff? Do you write first and you get a beat, or do you try to get a beat first and then go off of the beat to make
You
your
could do it
lyrics?
either way, for real. Me personally, I like to have my beat first. The beat's really usually what inspires me to write the song.
that makes
But
sense.
I'll take verses from other songs I already wrote and never used, and to me it'll just sound good on the beat. So I really should start just writing songs more without a beat and then finding beats for them. That's how my man Lulu be doing it. The person on the tape with me and shit, he be doing that a lot. Some songs he writes for the beat specifically, but I know a lot of times he be writing verses to put on a song. You know what I mean?
Right.
Do you have any like advice for people who want to start making music?
Just if you not tough, give the fuck up already. Like like real shit. Like if you trash, like I'm not trying to be cocky or nothing. Like for a while, I didn't know if my music was that good or not. I could just tell by the amount of random people who compliment me on the shit. Older people, different types of people. I guess my music just appeals to a lot of people, but
Got also have to have confidence.
don't
I'm
be
sure.
fucking cocky and think that this is a shit. 2, know that this shit is a fucking shot in the dark. It's like a crapshoot, you know what I mean? And even if you're the most talented motherfucker in the world, this music industry is not looking for talent. You pretty much have to be put on by somebody, you know what I mean? Like
So
you
it's about
could be
who
the
you know?
most, huh?
About who you know.
Yeah, it's about who you know. It's not about how talented you are at the end of the day. And that's with a lot of shit in life too, you know what I'm
Sure,
saying?
talent helps though.
Talent definitely helps. Talent's gonna help you get noticed by those people that you know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But and I guess 3, just know that this shit is not gonna come overnight. You're not gonna blow up off. I mean, you could, but
It's not like a
it's
Post
rare.
Malone story where like you post.
I mean,
one
he was
video.
working for years though. You gotta understand. He was
That's
making
right.
music for literal years before this shit happened.
Takes
so
patience.
It was just
yeah.
that one song that kind of blew him up.
And really what blew him up is the fucking having a Rolls Royce in the desert. That's
Yeah,
really
that's
what
true.
it
Yeah,
is. It
White
takes
Iverson.
just little, and that's really why I started making music, or start taking it seriously, is because I seen Lil Pump come up and I was like, oh my god, they just want any motherfucker. Like if you flashy, then they gonna take you. And I'm thinking like, damn, like my parents are rich as shit. Like I could get all these crazy cars that probably rappers can't even get.
Yeah.
Like limited shit. And I was naive at the time, thinking my parents was gonna help me out and shit with this music. But I mean, still I could get access to them cars. I'm gonna put some shit together. I'm working on it.
It's cool. It's weird. Like when parents are so. Things evolve, like
Right.
in life.
Sure.
So right now, for us, big things. Video games are huge right now. People are making tons of money from video games. Music, just kind of content and creative content is so big. But parents aren't really into that because they don't know. They're just like, okay,
It's
my
a
son's trying to be a
huge
fucking
generational
rapper
gap.
or something,
Right.
and
Huge
he's not
generational
gonna
gap.
do anything in life or some shit. So they think, why would I support him doing that?
Right. They
I was
have their
talking
own-
about my
Go
bad.
ahead.
I mean, I was talking to my engineer who's 33 and shit about this last night. Just about how his mom, he's old, now, and his mom don't even want him to curse around her, and his mom cursed like a sailor, but around her, he can't curse. It's just like it's
The
just
mentality.
generational gaps
Yeah.
and shit.
Yeah.
Like
Strange.
shit's crazy. My bad. What was you gonna say?
A lot of what it's come down to is just like, think about if you were a parent and you had your kid telling you they want to do like this crazy ambitious thing
I already
for,
know. I
for
already
a
know.
job that doesn't even exist yet. Like
Yeah.
we're in a generation where
Weird
like
time.
tons and tons of brand new jobs come up like
Right.
out of nowhere. Jobs
Yeah,
you
for
don't know
sure.
exist now are the next best paying job in
2
10
years. 2 years.
Yeah,
Yeah, it could
it's-
just
it's
pop
soon.
up out of nowhere.
And so, you know, you have to have your kid telling you like, "Hey, I want to do this," and you're like, "That's not a job."
Isn't it-
And
isn't it
you
crazy
have to
that
bank
takes-
on them knowing what they're talking about, or at least being ambitious enough to like go for that.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I used to always be real frustrated, like, damn, why my parents not supporting me? Like, wow, I can't believe they're not doing this. But looking back, it's like, if your kid is telling you they want to drop out of school to pursue music, and this is before I even had like real music, you know what I mean? Before my song was on the radio type shit.
Yeah.
You gonna look at them like they smoking crack, you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
they gonna say like, oh, this is a pipe dream. And I mean, now I still hold it against them a little bit because it's like, come on, at this point you should know like my shit not amateurish. Like I really have respect, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're
in the
putting work
city.
in.
Yeah, but even still, like, you know, they don't really be like trying to help with on the music tip at all.
It's hard for us to relate.
It's weird.
Yeah, super
Like,
hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Same thing with the esports. I told my parents like from the league team, my mid laner got a scholarship and was the best player on Drexel's team when we graduated high school.
Right now.
My man Quanton, like I just said earlier, was on my team and he's made $5,000 this summer playing fucking Fortnite. And my man Lynn, who was on my team, made mad money boosting League of Legends accounts and shit.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
it's funny. Like if you were a baseball player, they'd be like, "Oh, yeah, sure, let's go. I'll do anything for you. Buy you
Exactly,
gloves, buy you
right.
bats,
If
buy you,
yeah.
Take
And
you out
that's for me.
dinners."
When I first started doing music, I thought, oh, it's music. Maybe they'll be a little more receptive because it's music and not video games.
Yeah,
Fuck
it's
no.
still not. Yeah.
But like,
I don't know why sports is like the big thing with the jock lifestyle is so supportive.
They're really well paid.
Well, yeah, that's true.
And everybody
Same with
plays.
musicians, though.
Everybody
Like
was
Highland.
outside when they
Right.
was kids playing,
Yeah.
street.
You
street
don't have a
ball
kid
or
just
whatever the
growing
fuck.
up like sitting
But,
in
like,
like this house.
As
Right.
a
Where you?
as an athlete,
Real
think about
shit.
how many NFL football players are making more than $10 million a year versus how many musicians are making more than $10 million a year.
Yeah, but
Right.
think how many
No,
more.
you're
but
absolutely
no,
right.
but, no,
It's-
but wait. Think about how many more like football players there are that aren't making any money, who are young. Who there's definitely more football players than there are musicians. By
I don't
far.
know.
Right.
By
I'd
far.
say so.
Yeah.
Oh
so
yeah,
that's-
maybe.
there's
maybe
still a
we
smaller
play sports.
like there's
Yeah,
a huge
right.
group but a smaller size of people making that much money. Music, there's probably a smaller group but just less people making money.
I don't
feel
know.
like
You gotta figure a lot of people in high school play the saxophone. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of motherfuckers
yeah,
who
but
play
not.
music.
This is different. I mean, like there's no one
Pursuing
who's
a
who's
career.
huge who plays the saxophone. I mean, I'm sure there is, but no one that like
Is on the radio.
globally known.
Right.
Like
I'm
music,
sure
there's
a
globally
couple
known people
but yeah, for sure.
that like household names. You know what I mean?
Listen, man, this music industry is fucked. I can tell you that for a fact. Like, this shit is just crazy.
I
Like,
think it's gotten better or worse in the last couple of years.
I think it may be getting better, but I think it's got
Yeah.
worse since the rap industry really became popping because
Right. It's taking over.
what you got to understand about rap is it's the personification of the streets in music, and that street loop is the fucking worst loop there is. So egotistic. People are so prideful. It's just bullshit, man. So it's like, I don't know. It's people. I think it's gotten worse, but I think it has to get worse for it to go better. You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right. So you want to go back to that first name, Light Summer? So you want to just
Light
talk
Summer.
about the name and like, is there a story behind it at all?
Yeah. So light summer. That means like we had like summer was like it was light. Like we might have did a lot, but it wasn't. I mean, it wasn't. It was light to us. Like,
It's
you
like
know,
easygoing.
light work. Yeah, like shit like that. And honestly, that shit makes a lot more sense because we made that before last summer. We made that like 2 winters ago. You know what I mean? But I like the fact that it just came out after this summer because this is like after all year. You know, I've been chilling with Maddox, fucking just having a lot of shit that really happened this year that is crazy. So I feel like the fact that we waited for the tape kind of made sense for that song. At least it was good that song came out after this summer.
Yeah.
So that song came out pretty much perfect time, just as summer's ending and shit. It's been a light summer.
It's
Facts.
a good intro track. I'd say that.
Definitely. That's a banger. That my verse on that is straight 2 years old. Like
Really?
like the vocals, everything. Like that's a 2-year-old AG Silver verse. Yeah,
Damn.
absolutely.
All right. So then the next one we have is Bags. I assume that's just about money.
No, you hear what he's saying. You don't want me. I got nothing but bags on the
Yeah.
on the hook and shit. it's about like it's like a duality. Like yeah, you could be thinking about like bags, like shopping or whatever, but
Right.
the real meaning of the song is like baggage. Like it's about like struggle and just having baggage. Like
Right. That
you don't want me,
personal
I got nothing but
baggage.
bags.
Mhm.
And I start talking about trapping and that shit too. Your bags, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
We just used we was just using the theme of bags in the song. So,
Okay, yeah, I heard like plastic bags, brown
Right.
bags, yeah,
Brown
yeah,
plastic
I heard that
bag,
shit, yeah.
black
A lot of
plastic
different
bag.
terms,
Yeah.
a lot of uses for it. It's
Yeah,
good.
yeah, for sure. He spit that John. That song is funny. Was actually on another beat, and the beat was sold. It was such a fire song before too. It was on like a much more like uppity type beat, and this is a much slower beat, and he was more singing rather than rapping on the
Yeah.
other one.
Right.
But you know, Ace does that sing rapping shit so well. He's so
good.
talented and
Like
shit.
it, yeah.
I love that song. That's
He's
probably
really
my favorite
talented.
song. Real shit. Lou is crazy, man. Real shit. He's a fucking anomaly, man. He could sing, dance, skateboard, rap. Yeah, that man is crazy.
Multi-talented.
Yeah. He
Then
does tats.
we have V Money, which is honestly my favorite song. We'll probably play a really small snippet of it at the end, just
Yeah,
for the outro.
V dollar sign. That stands for Vicky Secret. Yeah.
Victoria's Secret.
All she want is dollar bills and thongs from Vicky Secret. No?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, I got
That's
you.
good.
Ace girl actually came up with the name. We was trying to figure out what to call it. She was
It's the
like,
best song.
call it V dollar sign.
Is that your favorite
good.
song on it?
That's a good song. That's actually a cover of a Smino song. Not my verse, but Ace's verse is based off a Smino song. He did it better than Smino. Sorry, Smino, but my man,
pretty good,
my
yeah.
man could really sing better than Chris Brown type shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a
he
bold
killed that shit.
statement.
I love that. My engineer said that, and June's really the goat. June was Quilly's engineer. I don't know if y'all know Quilly, but he's like a Philly legend, like
No, never
top
heard
10
of
Philly rapper all time.
it. Damn.
You know, was going back and forth with Meek and shit back in the day.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, for sure. So he was Quilly's engineer. And coming from June, you know, I believe it. June, his wife is a talented singer. So and you know he can sing. So and he hears a lot of singers throughout the years. So he knows what a good singer is. He wouldn't just say that for no reason.
Right,
He's
right.
dead serious. You know. What I
So
mean?
we got Boss Up,
Yeah, for sure.
being a boss, being a badass.
Yeah, that's what happened with that song was my old roommate, Doc, shouts out Doc, he made the beat for that John. I remember he was making the beat downstairs in the basement. That's where his studio was. He would rent out studio time in our basement and shit. He was making a beat. I went straight downstairs when I heard that shit. I said, "Bro, how much you want for this beat? I love this song."
Damn.
I just paid. I was like, he charged me like $75. Gave him the
Okay.
75, and then Ace spit his John, and then I had my verse on that shit.
Yeah.
Dope.
First time I heard you like kind of do a quick rap kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I
Yeah,
wasn't expecting
Except for the
it.
end
It
of
came in.
Insomniacs.
Y'all fuck with that? Fuck with that
Yeah,
style?
I liked it.
Alright, bet,
good. You gotta
bet.
keep that
You
up.
definitely have to do it more to like get the like. I like the beginning of the verse.
It's
the beginning
funny
of the verse
because that's
better.
not nearly the first time I actually recorded a fast flow song, but I do be trying to
work on your flow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
work on
because
the
I
whole
like
rap
the
and
beginning
shit.
and the end of that. Like the middle part is like gets a little iffy, but it's still,
Choppy,
it's really good. Like listening to you. Like do that.
appreciate it,
It's
bro.
cool.
Thank you.
It's different. Like I'm used to the singing stuff, which I obviously like.
Right.
And then we have Adam's Morgan freestyle, which honestly is my favorite kind of flow because you start in and he
Right,
comes in.
Yeah, that's probably the only one where it doesn't seem like I'm just a feature on it.
Yeah, I want
Right, right.
I want
Yeah.
I want you guys to do a song like this one. You do a little bit where you're singing and he's singing. I want you to do one where you start singing, but then he goes into rapping. Like
Yeah, no,
like,
that's
comes off of you. Like that'd be good.
we probably gonna do that on the Snob Squad tape.
Oh, you're gonna do a Snob Squad tape. That's the first
Yeah.
drop right there. I've heard.
we got a lot of I mean a lot of the stuff that I've been working on I'm gonna put on that tape, but you know me my man Kogo Finesse, Lou Jitsu, my man Naive, Snob Naive, and my man Dana P. So we gonna make a little collab tape with all of us. My song with Maddox gonna be on that John.
Oh sweet.
Damn.
Has that done?
Yeah, it's finished. That song done. I actually just got
Remember
that
that.
shit done like last night. No lie.
Damn.
I was slacking. What happened was I spit the verse and that shit was all on my man Doc's computer, and then his computer, he basically is a fucking retard. Sorry, Doc.
TikTok.
On some
He's
level,
a fucking TikTok.
He's our
dude.
word.
he's a fucking TikTok, and his computer has it's like maxed out of space, and you know when you
Yeah.
pretty much have
Right.
all your gigabytes taken up, like your computer just doesn't run right. So.
Yeah.
He's just like, and also the screen is fucked. He's like, bro, my shit's fucked, and a lot of files were missing just from
Jeez.
people using his shit.
Did he
so.
totally get deleted?
No, it's my verse got totally deleted, so I had to
Really?
respit it. Well, which is fine. It wasn't really like it was mixed or nothing like that. But the important thing was that the beat was all there and the Matt's vocals were all there.
Yeah, because it's hard to get
So-
Matt to do stuff, right? Or not to do stuff, but like he's
I mean,
a
yeah,
busy kid, right?
it was just off the love. You mean he didn't charge me nothing for that? We was in the basement. It was like 8 or 9 in the morning, and motherfuckers
Shit.
just spit that shit real quick.
He's talented. Isn't
And
he?
he says I'm with the Snob on your block in that song. So, shouts out, Matt. That was love doing that shit. It's awesome rap.
Yeah, he's a talented kid, isn't he? How old is he? 15?
Yeah, for sure. He's 15. Yeah.
20 million hits on his like first song when he was like 13 years old.
Yeah, I think
That's
that shit has
wild.
like 32
Crazy.
million views at this
32
point.
million?
The,
That's
you're talking about
ridiculous.
the overwhelming?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember I listened to that song like before knowing anything about the kid.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's a kid to me, right? Yeah, I'm 21.
Yeah,
How
though.
old is he?
He's definitely a
Yeah,
kid.
he's a kid, yeah. I still wouldn't be disrespectful,
Dude,
but
I
like
fucking
he's
love
definitely
it.
he would be disrespected, but I'm not disrespected by you calling him a
because
kid.
he's like way younger than me.
I'll call him a kid. You mean
Yeah.
he's a fucking kid? That's what he is. He's a very mature kid.
Yeah.
And he'll shatter your idea of what a kid is in your mind, but
That's cool.
he's still a kid.
Yeah, looking forward to meet that kid.
He's a cool,
Kid.
he's a cool little fucker.
Let's call him dude.
Dude, looking forward to meeting that dude.
Yeah, love you, Matt. He really, that's a cool ass young boy.
Yeah, I'm excited to listen to that song. So that's those 5. There's only 5 tracks, which I mean, it's just a mix. So it's mixtape, right? Pretty much, or is it an album? What do you consider?
I guess they classified it the distribution as a EP.
An EP?
Right.
Okay.
It's a
Makes
tape.
sense.
Me and Ace have been calling it a tape. It's
Tape?
our
Okay.
little tape.
Yeah.
Mixtape.
I like the animations too. Who made your artwork for the? Picture?
My man Wani made it, and my man Alex took the picture.
Has like a '90s feel. Fuck with it.
Yeah, it was a fire pic that my man Alex took. Shouts out Alex. And my man Wani actually made three of the beats on the tape of the 5 songs. And my man Wani's brand is called Conflict, like spelled the same way with
Yeah.
no vowels. So that's why I named the tape Conflicted. It just made sense.
Yeah.
So yeah. What was the fucking question? Where was I going with that?
I don't remember. What was it called? Like, is it an EP or is it a track?
Oh,
or-
right. Yeah, it's a tape. It's a little mixtape and shit.
It's funny. I think that was all my questions. Like personally, like questions.
Yeah. Interview wise, you know.
Yeah. Is there anything you want to say? Like shout out your music shit. Just kind of.
I mean, just shout.
Also, jewelry stuff you're doing. I forgot about that. We
Yeah,
didn't talk
Oh,
about
yeah,
I'm
you
gonna-
want to go into that?
Yeah.
'Cause you're
Sure,
rocking a pretty dope
sure.
chain.
The past 2. Well, this is like an old David Yurman chain that my dad just gave me and shit.
Really?
Yeah. I wouldn't even buy this because it's made out of silver.
Right. Different than what you're getting into.
Yeah, I work with gold and platinum, and so the chain is expensive because it's a Yurman piece, but the actual silver is not expensive, which I
Yeah.
don't like. You know what I mean?
Hey,
It's
It's a thick
fits
chain
the last
though.
name.
Yeah, it's a nice little John. But I've been doing this for probably like 3 months now. I've just been an apprentice jeweler. I'm about to go to gemology school in October, so
Where's that?
New York.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You staying there?
yeah, probably. I need to start looking for apartments and shit. For
awesome.
I'm delayed.
Damn. How does geology school go?
Gemology.
Gemology, sorry.
No, you're good. They're just gonna. I don't really know because I'm not there yet, but they're just gonna be teaching me how to identify stones and grade stones.
Right.
You know, fucking. The 5 gemstones is diamond, pearls, emeralds, sapphires, rubies. Pretty easy to remember if you
Right.
play Pokemon.
Yeah, true.
So no, I just be like they teach me how to do all this shit. I work at a little custom shop in New Hope, Pennsylvania. It's called Diana Michaels and shit. And
Shout out Diana Michaels.
yeah, shouts out Dan for real for giving me that internship. I'm blessed because that John, they pay me and they teach me, which is rare for internship.
Yeah,
that
for
they're
sure.
paying you and teaching you.
It's me-
I mean, and I'm doing work for her. It's not like I'm not doing
Sure,
nothing.
sure.
Like I'm definitely helping her out and shit. But I appreciate that, her giving me that opportunity. I'll be resizing rings, laser welding, polishing rhodium, obviously cleaning shit. Obviously in jewelry, it's a lot of filing and doing shit like that.
Cleaning up.
Using saws and shit. So
It's cool having a figure like you kind of be into jewelry. Because like, if you ever
Yeah.
had your own shop or something,
that
like,
shit would be fire.
you'd be
yeah.
really different. It'd be easy for like artists and like famous people to relate to you. Instead
Right.
of
Definitely,
going into,
definitely.
like, a weird.
I have a
Right.
straight
jeweler or
I have
something.
a straight in to the industry already. So
Yeah,
it's,
Right.
it's
exactly.
a good job.
Yeah.
You already have boys who could probably come and just buy stuff straight up.
I was kind of
So.
curious, like, is this the next addiction that we're or, you know, more so passion is what I like to
Yeah.
call it.
Yeah.
Is,
Um,
is this something you want to like keep going into? You want to like open a store? What kind of goals are you working with here?
So I'm pursuing this. Music is my main shit right now. Like I would be so happy if my music blew up and I could do shows and tour. Like I love being on stage. Like whenever I was on stage with Matt and his rappers and shit, I always loved that. But this is really like my backup plan. Like I realized like this music shit is not guaranteed and it takes a lot, and I can't just be sitting here not going to school, not doing anything with myself. So it's just good way to make money and have a backup plan for the music and shit. And I fuck with it, and it's a way to get out my artistic side, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
For sure.
It's a good outlet.
Yeah, definitely.
I just had one quick question left. The face mask. So I know obviously you're sick, but otherwise there's fashion reason behind the face mask.
Yeah, I wear it for both fashion. I took it off just cause like I'm not really like coughing in y'all face right now.
Yeah,
but I was wearing it for the sickness reason, but
so
I wear it for fashion too.
When do you think that started fashion wise? And obviously it didn't start here. It started in like other countries, but
I think honestly the first time I ever seen it and fucked with it, now that I'm like thinking about it, was watching Korean fucking League of Legends players wear them while they playing League of Legends live, like in a competition. I'm like, yo, that shit is fire.
Yeah.
Because they just be doing it for the pollution out there, and
right.
because
I was gonna say it blew up in Asia because
in China, for pollution. My bad, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good. But like mainly because of pollution, right? You have terrible air quality over there, and
in China,
there's a lot of really close quarters in there.
Yes.
So it's super easy to spread sickness and illness.
Right.
So.
A quick story behind the
Koreans are mad health
pollution.
conscious. That's what
Pollution in China. Like I had the same teacher actually, Mr. Versace. No, actually he was my social studies teacher. This guy Kuiper. He was a cool guy. He went to China for like a week or something, and he runs every morning for like I think like 5, 6, 7 miles. Some pretty decent run in the morning.
Yeah.
Right.
He said that he went there after his first mile at his normal pace. He couldn't breathe. Like he was so winded that he couldn't even run anymore. Even though he was like doing it every day here.
Yep.
It was just that bad, the pollution, like the air quality, that he couldn't run.
Up, man.
Yep.
It's
I
fucking
know.
crazy.
It's the same way over in India. A friend of mine from high school who ran over there told me like straight up, he's a great cross country runner. He goes over there. He's like, dude, it's hard as fuck. You run your first mile or two and you're already like out of breath, which like for him is a joke. Like they normally can go miles and miles without being out of breath.
Yeah, it's unheard of for him.
And also over I think in China, a good friend of ours, Layman, was also telling me that like he'll just walk around outside and you can like physically feel that the air is not as pure.
Yeah. I mean, I wear these when I'm in a jewelry shop because it's a lot of dust. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of dust. Like, whenever I'm filing and shit, or polishing shit, I notice like, damn, I'm probably breathing in a lot of this shit. So I start wearing a face mask. I probably still do breathe some shit in because this doesn't keep shit out. It's like a light barrier. It keeps stuff from going out rather than coming in.
Right.
But I still wear it as precaution. You know, it's not good to be breathing in gold and platinum dust.
Yep.
All right, so I'm just gonna wrap things up. I want you to shout out your social media stuff. Kind of give anything you want anyone to know out for the audience.
Sure. Snob Silver on the gram and shit. So if you want to follow me, Snob Silver on the gram. I don't really have any other social media. That's all I use.
We use Spotify. I'm saying for the music too.
Oh, yeah. If you want to look at my music, it's AG Silver. There's 2 AG Silvers. I'm obviously not the bull doing the weird folk music. I'm the one with the braids and shit that looks like me.
Right.
So AG Silver just on everything on Spotify, whatever. I'm on Tidal, fucking Deezer, whatever the fuck you use.
Oh really?
Yeah.
All right, so it's AG
Music.
space Silver.
You can look me up on YouTube, AG space Silver.
Yeah, we'll link everything down there for them, for Dylan and also Bandles. Everything links will all be in the description. Check them out.
Shout.
Want to purchase any of these shirts for Bandles?
Wow.
Right
Disciple,
there. Yeah.
Disciple in the back.
Yeah, Disciple. Yep. I think that's who their brand they signed it.
Their label company.
Yeah, their label company. That's it.
Right.
Thank you. So we're gonna play a quick snippet at the end here.
Can I shout people out?
Shout whoever you want out, dude.
Man.
All right, shouts out Ace, my guy, Lujitsu, I dropped the tape with. I love you, bro. Shouts out Itachi, it's my fucking guy. Shouts out Julian. Shouts out Dana P. Really blessed me, real shit. Shouts out Coco. Shouts out Coco Finesse, I'm talking about. Shouts out the whole Snob squad. Snob Naive, that's my fucking young
Shout
bull.
out Matt.
Shouts out the whole Ox gang. Shouts out Matt, Free Zeus. Shouts out Desh, Flacco. Love y'all, real shit. Y'all the best. Shouts out Gigi. How can I forget Gigi? I'm trying to think who else. Shouts out. I have a new manager and shit. His name Cheek Raw. He like a Philly legend. Shouts out Cheek for believing in me and shit. Real rap. He really the reason why I'm not smoking right now. So I thank him for trying to get me on the right path and trying to hook me up with this music shit.
Dope.
Shouts out my engineer June and his wife Maya. I love y'all. Y'all the best. They about to have a baby in like a week or two now. So
All right.
Congrats.
Well, thank you very much for coming.
Yeah,
Dylan.
dude, it was
of
a
course,
great
of course.
first like guest on our podcast.
Yeah, for
Probably one of
sure.
the most unique people I know
Right.
personally.
thank you, bro.
Shout out our Instagram. We just made it. It's gonna be mildly appropriate with a P at the end.
For sure. Y'all gotta upload this on the IGTV. You can
Yeah,
upload
we'll try to
hours
figure
of-
that stuff out. We're still
Yeah.
learning all this podcast stuff.
For
Quality's
sure.
getting a little better. I hope you guys notice.
Yeah, we got some lights in here.
Yeah, we got lights. We got new
Place.
camera stuff.
Thank y'all for having me on. Real shit. I know
Yeah,
these
you got
guys
it,
for a
man.
while.
Dude,
These
I'm
good,
sure,
good
I'm sure you'll be
peoples
on
and
again
shit.
too. Like,
Yeah,
of
for
course.
sure.
maybe
of
for a
course,
munch
you
pack or
already
maybe
know.
another podcast with someone else or
Right.
something.
Speaking of which, we
Absolutely.
should we should have the next podcast coming out probably next week when Danny's back. We'll have Tyler back too behind
Yep.
the cameras. Eventually another munch pack coming out soon.
16th will be shipped.
Yeah, that's the
16th
next
will be
one.
shipped. Yep.
So you can expect probably the Friday or that weekend after that munch pack comes in. We'll probably have a video uploaded by then. So check it out.
And
Snob shit, bitch.
snob
Oh,
shit. And here is the snippet
Oh,
of
alright.
V Money. So you'll hear that for
Snob
our
shit.
outro. All right.
Play it.
I cop a new drop and white tee. Ayy, I fuck on your bitch and white tee.
Just got off
Okay.
the phone, yeah, she called me right back. So, girl, I don't know, yeah, I don't wanna rap. She said, pull up on me, shorty, act off on me. I know the truth, she throw it back. Why do you fraud like that? I hit them all 9 bags. Product cost 5 bands. Victoria's Secret, she popping the tag. Me in the Uber, my hand out her pants. At the Four Seasons of Madison Ave. Shorty be stuck with me, third time she fuck with me. I'm going cool, hit from the back. Shorty be talking back. You walk the